Okay. I feel like I'm going to use some of this and then let her know, because I just know there's nothing else. Give me 2 seconds. I feel like a lot of girls are just like fighting each other, and like a lot of it is just a competition. And I don't like that. I look for like real friendship and stuff, obviously, because like who wants a fake friendship? But it sucks because like women are supposed to support each other. And then like even though that's true, it rarely happens right away. Like I have a friend who actually like we didn't even like each other at first because she kind of just like decided that I was a certain way right when she met me without even knowing anything about me. And even though like even if she was right about what I am or whatever, it just was like pretty ridiculous that she just like came to that conclusion that I'm like kind of like promiscuous or whatever, and then used it against me, like was angry that I was more than her promiscuous. You know, like that's not the way to say it, but you know what I mean. If people think it's actually like something to be against. And then like guys use it to their advantage, like, oh, I hear, like, oh, like one time this guy was like, he came up to me and he was talking to me and then he goes, like, I hear you get around. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean you hear I get around? That's like, why do you want to know that information? Like, even if I did, like, what's that gonna change for you, you know? That's kind of weird. Girls are, like, brought down because they're promiscuous, and then, like, men are like, yeah, dude, like, fuck yeah, get it, like, whatever. That's weird. Like, that's not cool. They should not be excited about them being, like, whatever, man whores or whatever you want to call them. But then, like, girls are, it's like, whore is, like, this terrible word to use, and you can't say it because it's, like, rude to call a girl that anyway. I just think it's weird that, like, everybody's supposed to be this certain way, all these girls, and then guys can do whatever they want sometimes. That's very true. In a lot of scenarios. It's really strong. Oh my god. Like too much already. This is hilarious. It actually looks pretty good though. To the hungry eye. Cool. So, I would like to talk about my ex-boyfriend who was, you know, controlling. Like, he was really jealous all the time. I was going to go on spring break this one time with my friend in Florida, and I was really excited. And I was just going to stay at her grandma's house. Like, we did that every year. So I was telling him about it, and I was, like, talking about how I was so happy that I was going to be in warm weather again. I was going to get to wear shorts, go to the beach. And then he was, like, pretty quiet about it the whole time for, like, a day or two. He goes, like, you're going to just flaunt your body around to all the guys there. Like, I just know you are. You shouldn't. Like, why would you do... I know that that's how you act. And I was like, like, excuse me. I got so angry. Like, I literally was just like, you can't say that I'm not allowed to wear what I want when it's... And also, like, what do you even mean? That is not why I'm doing it. Like, shut up. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna wear shorts so that every guy looks at me. Like... No girl even wants that, barely. Like, what girl is, like, wearing shorts to impress a guy? Like, that's not real. The fact that he was telling me I couldn't wear something because of, like, he was worried that I was going to be looked at by other people, first of all, is crazy. Also, the fact that he was thinking that I was doing it for the other people was insane. I had this whole thing, like, I was fighting with my boyfriend, the same guy, about something, like, something dumb, like, let me think. Oh, he just wanted me to, like, smoke weed with him or something. Like, something really stupid. And, I was, like, not really into it at the time, and I didn't really, like, feel like doing it, so I was just like, no, not really. But that wasn't even why we were fighting. It was just like the whole relationship in general. His friends were like also my friends, and we would eat lunch together sometimes and stuff. And I was in the middle of kind of a big fight with him at the time, just about like how he wanted me to be and how I wasn't like that, you know, like whatever. And I came up and sat with his friends and stuff, and my friend Emmett, and then my friend, he and I were talking about this fight that I was having, and he goes, "Why don't you just change for him? Like, it's really fine. Like, it's all about you changing just a little bit to fit it better." And I was like sitting there in shock that like my close friend, this guy was actually a really close friend of mine, was telling me that I couldn't be the way that I was, that I was like supposed to. He wasn't supporting me at all. He was supporting my boyfriend, but even though like I was his friend more than my boyfriend was his friend, you know, that's weird too. But like, just in general, he was telling me to change the way I acted and what I wanted to do just because my boyfriend didn't feel like I was enough for him or whatever. And I stayed in that relationship while that was going on for like another month, I think, until it ended. But that was when I was really down about it. I was really sad and like exhausted just because of it. And I didn't even notice because like I was being controlled kind of. And I wasn't even trying to be. Like, I'm not like that naturally. I want to be on my own and do my own thing. I like had an end of a relationship at the end of high school and started wearing way more dark eye makeup. And I think that that had something to do with like feeling sad and stuff. Like I was in kind of a state of depression and I just started like wanting to look more intense too. I don't have any idea like why really that would have happened, but that's definitely something that I went through. I don't feel like I need makeup. Like I still accept how I look without it and I like how I look without it. I started off using makeup just to cover up zits and stuff because I was like a freshman in high school and I just was like, oh no, like I have to cover this up because I look bad, otherwise no one's gonna like me. That's terrible. Like I kind of hated having to do it, and I would like bring the stuff to school with me and go in the bathroom, and I'd do like a lot of extra, like, fix it up and stuff, because I was so worried. Because it was just like all for society and stuff. I don't know if it was for men, but it was definitely just generally like I felt like I couldn't not wear makeup to school. Eventually it turned into more of just like a I think I look good this way type thing. Like my skin got a little better or whatever. That wasn't the problem anymore. I just liked how it looked. 8th grade, it was like lightweight makeup, and then going into like maybe sophomore year into junior year of high school, that was when I started doing like a lot more. And I would have like, it was not good. Like I had like pancake face and stuff like all the time. Because I wanted to look tan. Because everybody looked tan. I was like, oh, this is like appealing, you know, to like look all nice and suntanned, like you were at the beach all day. But I'm pale. Like, I'm vampire pale. And like, you have to accept what your skin tone is. Like, it's stupid to start putting on all this stuff and making yourself look like that, especially if it's not even working. All of that stuff, like, kind of built me up to where I am now. And, I don't feel like I'm ever going to end up in another super controlling relationship like that. And if I did, I would get out of it, like, right away. And I think during the intervals of time, I've learned a lot. And I think I'm just, like, more stable in myself now than I've ever been. So I think that's pretty much awesome. And it makes me feel a lot better. And I'm pretty at peace with myself and how I feel about all of the things that I just talked about. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad that any of it happened because it taught me a lot, but at the same time, it sucks that women have to kind of learn for themselves how to feel because people kind of bring it upon themselves to like feel a certain way because of society's image of us and stuff. I think it might change in the future. I think that would be great. And I think there's a lot of women today that are fighting against it. It's all the bad, all the negative parts. So I think that's great. And I think that's a step forward. Actually.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No